had Jean Pierre as our netball teacher. But at the end of the day, you had to participate in physical education. There was no way you could get away from it. And at some point in time, there would have been an evaluation to see where we were at the beginning of the term to where we were at the end of the term, which also included our written test as well, right? So I don't know, as I said, I guess school is different now. As you said, you all could choose what sport you had to play and whatever. Yes, we had our sports there as well. You choose if you want to join, whether it's netball or I think they also had badminton. They had other little groups that you have joined as well to play. But you had to participate in physical education. And of course, that the problem was, at times after you completed physical education, you then have to shower and then go to your class, right? So that was the problem because nobody wanted to shower and pick up the clothes in front of other people, and so most of the time it ended up being that PE was the last period, so that after you completed, you were just heading home kind of thing, right? So we have to look at how we evaluate people's physical fitness. Now, I don't know if you all realize in the health centers at that point in time, there were a lot of exercise equipment. I think some of the health centers still have it. When you go into the health centers, there's a program called Exercise by Prescription that was done in certain health centers. For example, Kitty Valley Health Center, I believe, was one. I noticed, I'm not sure about Digomat. Digomatin has a really lovely health center. I don't know if they still have or if they have the exercise equipment. But for persons who had lifestyle diseases like diabetes and those types of illnesses, they would have been prescribed to come into the center to do exercises, whether it is half an hour, 3 times a week, or something like that, in order to help to bring down or bring their blood sugar within the normal range, to help them to, maintain that healthy lifestyle, right? So when we're looking at physical fitness evaluations, we want to know how much could a person do, how much steps they could climb, let's say in a 3-minute period. So there's something called a step test. You have your muscular endurance test. You can do sit-ups, right? Push-ups, those types of things. There are flexibility exercises that can also be done to test physical fitness. And there must be an evaluation of your body composition. And sometimes when you join exercise groups now, they would make sure that they do your BMI. All right. They also would have, they would measure the amount of body fat or your fat composition, yes, that you have. And so you will take these measurements at the start of your program. And then at the end of the program, let's say after a 6-week period or so, not the end, but somewhere after you've started, they will do an evaluation to see if there's any change in the composition of your body from where you started to where you are in the program, right? So of course, we have all different types of exercises or activities that are measured. What we also need to look at as well is in terms of the nutritional assessment, we're looking at our anthropometric measures, the methods we would use. So we look at your height, we look at your weight, we look at your circumference. And I always tell people what is considered to be a normal waist circumference for a female. Of course, based on your body build and your structure and all of that. But as a woman, how large should your waist be? It shouldn't be past a certain amount of inches. Yes? How much is that? What's the largest your waist should be?
Miss, I have no idea.
Okay. Anybody has an idea? So with females and males, it differs. So they say that a woman waist should not be more than 35 centimeters. So if you're looking at the whole, the older system, well, sorry, not 35 centimeters, I mean 35 inches. So your waist should not be bigger than 35 inches, and male it should not be more than 40 inches, right? So if you take a tape measure and you measure, and there should also be a particular waist to hip ratio as well. So if you measure your waist and you see that it is more than 35 as a female, you know that is an indicator that you need to do something about it, right? And usually I would say for students, I want you all to take a tape measure, measure your waist, and see how big it is. Once it's more than that, you need to start doing something about it. All right. So we have to look at things at circumferences. We need to look at the skin fold thickness. We also need to look at our dietary evaluation, which is a written record of all the foods you would have consumed. So you have your diet plan or diary that you will normally keep. You also need to look at your physical assessment in terms of your skin. If your skin, how does your skin look? And of course, you should know what healthy skin looks like, right? It shouldn't be dry when you touch it. You know, it should be moist. Well, not say moist, not that it's sweaty, but it shouldn't be too dry, right? You should have good skin tone. So all of those things you need to assess. You're looking at the skeletal system, the eyes of the person. What does healthy eyes look like? We should know what the eyes should look like, particularly with children. We know if children have a problem, usually you see it in their eyes first, you know. So we must be able to have a proper assessment. If you look at somebody to stick out their tongue, you need to know what a normal tongue should look like. And if you see something abnormal, you will be able to identify it. You know, if you see the person have thrush on their tongue, if you observe, you know, the tongue is not properly aligned, all these things will indicate that there are problems. We also need to look at the biochemical analysis. Look at your blood when you do your blood investigations. What's your HB like? You know, the white blood cell count, red blood cell count. You do your urinary analysis, you know. So all of these things form part of the nutritional assessment, and it says a lot about your health status. When last have you all had a medical done? Well, all of you are supposed to be doing your medicals very soon, I'm sure. Once you complete this course and you're going out into the clinicals, you will have a medical. You must do a medical